Hey guys, I'm Sarah, this is Rue, and this is our full-time home. So my van was built out by Drifter Vans. It's the nomadic layout and it's on a 148 wheelbase extended Ford Transit. It's a 2022 all-wheel drive and Drifter Vans actually found this van for me. If you're interested in having a van built out by Drifter Vans, or if you want to know more about their pricing, it is all listed on their website at driftervans.com. So starting with the outside, I had them install a window on my slider door, a passenger bunk window over the bed, and 2 rear windows on the back doors. My van also has a Fiamma awning, which comes with all of their builds, as well as 350 watts of solar panels on the roof and a max air fan. I added on a 12-volt air conditioner, which is very important since I have a Husky. It is by Indelby and it is super efficient. With my power system that's 10 kilowatt hours, I can run this air conditioner for over 24 hours off-grid. Moving farther back in the van, I have an outlet on my passenger side, and I also have a port for my Starlink cable. This makes it so I can just pull the cable out of here and I don't have to leave the doors open when I'm using my Starlink. The guys at Drifter Vans actually came up with a very clever storage idea for my Starlink. Since I didn't have much room in my garage space, they actually created a net for it, and it fits perfectly right here. The door still closes and it doesn't take up any of my garage space. The Starlink router and cable is tucked away in some nets right here, right under my EcoFlow distribution panel. This is where I would fill my freshwater tank. This is where I would blow the lines if I need to winterize my van, and they actually put a QR code right here with a link to a video to explain how to winterize your van, which is kind of cool. And then down here I have an outdoor shower, which is very nice for bathing Rue. The underside of my bed is half dog den, half garage space. So this is where I keep all of my outdoor gear, including my hiking pack, and I also have cables, water hose, all of that kind of stuff in this area. This is actually how you would access the electrical system and the plumbing system, so I just have to take everything out and then I'll show you guys. They also included something to stand on if you choose to use the outdoor shower, and there's a cable that goes from door to door if you want to put up a shower curtain for privacy. This is where I can access my EcoFlow batteries, and the power hub is accessible from inside the dog den. And then over here is how I would access my plumbing system if work ever needs to be done on the hot water heater, or if I need to adjust the temperature. And I can also keep an eye on the level of the freshwater tank from here, or I have a gauge on the inside. So on the driver's side, I didn't have any windows installed. All I have over here is a 30 amp Furrion inlet and my freshwater inlet. The only other things I had installed on the outside of the van are running boards and a WeBoost Drive Reach Overland. I still want to get the van lifted along with some all-terrain tires and new wheels, but that will come with time. I have a dog lead that I attach to the running boards for Rue because this is her absolute favorite place to hang out while I'm working inside all day. Now for the fun part, let's check out the inside. Every little detail of this van was handpicked out by me and the interior designer. I absolutely love how it came out and I can't wait to show you guys. I had a flip-down countertop installed on the outside of my cabinets. This way I can use my portable stovetop to cook outside. Down here I have a little storage area. I keep hiking shoes and Rue's toys and her dog lead in there. As you move in, I put a carpet right here to help collect dirt, and then I also have some hooks and a leather basket to hang Rue's leash and some miscellaneous items. As you walk in, I have bug screens by the Bug Wall. They're super easy to put up and take down. This one is offset, and it also has a magnet, so it's extremely easy to get in and out without fiddling with a zipper. I can zip it down on the side, and then I can easily get in and out because this is all magnetized. These are the newest version of the bug wall for the Ford Transits, and I also have one covering my back door, and it also has a garage cover on it. These screens are extremely useful, especially in an area like this where there are tons of bugs, so I can run my fans, still get tons of airflow, and stay cool without all of the bugs. So Drifter Vans actually added on these Velcro straps for me. That way it can roll up all the way and I can still put my window covers on my rear windows. My window covers are from The Wonderful, and they are an absolute essential for van life. Not only do these insulate on a hot or cold day, but they also provide so much privacy. I was torn between getting windows in my van due to privacy, but this makes all of the difference. Not only for when I'm in the van, but when I'm out shopping, I like to keep all of the window covers on, and that way nobody can look inside the van. I have window covers for both of my rear doors, my bunk window, and my sliding door, and they're all magnetized. So you can either put them in the window, or Drifter Vans installed magnets on my door frame for me, so it just slides on like that and stays in place right there. They are extremely easy to store. They come with a bag, but I just fold mine up and I put them in my headliner shelf. These shelves don't come standard in a Ford Transit, so this is something that was added onto the van. I also keep cleaning supplies, jackets, and my backpack up there. One of my absolute favorite features about my van is my 3-part sliding wall. It's extremely easy to open and close. It just catches onto magnets, and when I pull it all the way closed, it gives me complete privacy between this and my window covers. It's also carpeted on the other side, so nobody can see in. It also works really great for insulation. What I love about this door is it still allows me to use my passenger swivel seat. Thanks to the swivel shop, I have a passenger seat that can face the inside of my van, so I can have extra company in here, and it just opens up the space so much more and allows me to have so much more natural light. Are you gonna drive the van today? So up front, I also have a dash cam. It's 4K, GPS, and it's Wi-Fi enabled, and that means I can view it from an app on my phone. You can also purchase the hardwire kit, which allows you to view it 24/7, and even though I have a security camera on the inside, it's really nice to use this as an outdoor security camera. Up front, I also keep a jump starter. This is a really good thing to have in case of emergency in the van, and if you guys are interested in any of these products, I will put links in the description below. All right, let's check out further back in the van. Another one of my favorite features about my van is this beautiful custom shower door. It is absolutely gorgeous, and so is the inside of the shower. It's all white marble tile. I have a separate tiny toilet, and I also have a Nebbia shower head. It is a water-saving shower head. I had an Oxygenics one in the Airstream, and this uses so much less water. I have a 42-gallon freshwater tank and a 20-gallon gray water tank, and I barely ever have to fill up my water. I am thinking about doing a test and seeing how much water I use per shower, so if that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. For my kitchen, I chose butcher block countertops, a white under-mounted sink, and all gold hardware. This was all picked out with the interior designer, and it came out absolutely fabulous. I love it so much. Down below my sink, I have my cooking stove. It's ran by propane, so all I have to do is connect a little propane canister, and it fits perfectly on my counter space. Then I can strap it back into place when I'm done, and I have tons of counter space. I also keep Rue's dog food down here and a trash can. In the kitchen, I have an assortment of light switches that control the overhead lights, and there's one under the cabinet, and this is also how I can turn my water pump on and off. These outlets are ran by the inverter, and this one is a 12-volt outlet. Above that, I have the control panel for my S-Bar heater. This is an upgrade I made to the van so I can bring it higher in elevation without having to have it adjusted. Above my passenger sliding door, I have a shelf where I keep my ukulele. It's held in place with alien tape, which is how I secure a lot of things to my countertop so that they don't fall or topple over while I'm driving. I also put a light underneath the shelf, and that's just so I have some extra light at night, and it's removable since it's on a magnet so I can recharge it. To the right of my shelf, I have my EcoFlow touchscreen panel. This is a really cool power system that shows me my input and output at all times, as well as my available time. I have 10 kilowatt hours of batteries and a 3,000 watt inverter, but if you guys want to learn more about my EcoFlow power kit, we did create a review video, so go check that out. To the right of the EcoFlow panel, I have my water gauges, so I can see my fresh and gray water tank levels at all times. In the kitchen, I also have 3 drawers for storage and overhead cabinetry throughout. Hi, what are you doing? I also have an isotherm drawer fridge on this side, which I am in love with. It allows me to store so much food in here, and I have a nice big freezer as well. I also love that it opens up as a drawer versus a door because you can just stand right next to it and reach down into it. Above the fridge, I had a custom shelf made for my water pitcher. We put a leather strap on it so it secures it while I'm driving, and it's super easy to pull out and refill with my sink faucet. Then I can just secure it back into place and I'm good to drive. It also has storage for cups and miscellaneous items underneath. Next to it, I have a cup holder for my water cup so it doesn't fall when I'm driving, and just a cute little plant that came with the van. I also have a light switch right here for the light and some outlets that are run by the inverter. And above that, I have a microwave permanently installed because that was an insurance requirement through Progressive since I am a Florida resident. Further back in the van, I have dinette seating with an adjustable lagoon mounted table. It swivels perfectly for my height, so I have a perfect workspace, and then I can swivel it out of the way when I want to get up into the bed. I also had them create a platform so my feet fit perfectly on the ground, and it doubles as storage. This dinette also turns into a bench, so all I have to do is take out an extra piece of wood that I'm sitting on and use the 2 back cushions, and they go right here, creating an extra bed for visitors. Both benches have storage underneath, and underneath my bed is Rue's bed. She has her own dog den, which she absolutely loves most of the time. She also has a no spill water bowl magnetized to the ground in there. That's also where I keep her Waggle pet monitor that's constantly connected to a USB port so I can always monitor the temperature from my phone. And finally, in the back of my van, I have a full-size bed that's about 75 inches in length. I had 2 mattress boxes installed, and the passenger side has a bunk window. I'm really glad I decided to get a bunk window because now when I turn on my Max Air fan, it creates such nice airflow in this area. I keep the controllers to both my air conditioner and my Max Air fan mounted right beside my bed. So basically, wherever I'm at in the van, I can turn my fan on, and same with the air conditioning. I also have 2 12-volt reading lights over the bed that are dimmable, and they have USB ports so I can charge my phone and other devices. Over my bed, I actually had some custom artwork done of Stiwamus Chief. This was done by Boho Printables on Etsy, and she did an absolutely fabulous job. This is the mountain in British Columbia that I was about to climb when Paul texted me and told me that they found this van for me. At the time, it felt very fast, and I was a little unsure if I actually wanted to move forward, but as I was climbing this mountain is when I decided that a van will allow me to do things like that on the regular, and Squamish, British Columbia is full of tons of vans and different campers, and it just felt like it was meant to be. So it's a very sentimental mountain to me, and I'm so happy that I got to incorporate it into my van. Some other small details in the back of the van are 2 outlets, one of which is where I plug in my Starlink, and I also have an iPad holder for watching movies, which is really convenient. There's a lot of little details and customizations in this van that make it the perfect home for me and Rue. If I missed anything in this tour, which I probably did, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer your questions. I also just became a consultant for Drifter Vans, so if you are interested in a build, you can book a consult with me and Paul, and I will put some information on that in the description below. At the time of filming this video, I've been living in my van for about a month, so I am still adjusting and learning and making changes here and there to the van. So I will make sure to do an updated tour probably around 1 year of living in the van. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos about me living in my van and traveling full time, and I will see you guys next time.
B-roll.